All right, so hey everyone, welcome back to episode number 13 of the Sillypoint podcast. So today we have a really special episode because we have a junior analyst joining us, none other than our very own Skanda Kalramangal. So being a diehard RCB fan as well as a lifelong friend, obviously, we had to include him in our sessions about IPL. Speaking of which, so we'll be doing a series of episodes on IPL, analyzing previews of the various teams that will be involved. And what better preview to get started off other than the El Clasico, CSK and Mumbai Indians, that which are the crown jewel of that keep the IPL running. So today we'll be doing a preview of CSK as well as Mumbai Indians, and let's get right into it. But before we do, as always, a quick segment about cricket catch up from Naveen. Naveen, Naveen,
Hi,
let's
Harry. Yeah, Harry. Hi. Glad to be back on the podcast. Good to do a cricket podcast after a few different episodes. And glad to finally see Skanda on a podcast. He's been saying he's going to debut for the last 2 months. So, welcome, Skanda. Uh, I hope
Thank
you
you
get
for
to see
joining
another
me.
humiliating season from RCB. Yes. So right after the humiliating Champions Trophy, Pakistan, a young new look Pakistan side without Babar Azam, without Mohammad Rizwan traveled to New Zealand and they got humiliated there by New Zealand's B or C side, who rested their main players and some of them even traveled to IPL. On WPL, which ended last Sunday, Harman's Mumbai Indians won a title again. Meg Lanning, who led DC for three consecutive finals, have lost three consecutive finals. So Meg Lanning, who won so many things with Australia, cannot crack IPL. Meg Lanning, the same person who got bored of winning and retired at very young age, is still unable to win the IPL title. So Harmanpreet Kaur was the man of the match in the final, player of the match. You cannot say man of the match anymore. So Harmanpreet Kaur was the player of the match in the final. Natskeva Bruns from Mumbai was the player of the tournament. And that's it from this segment of Cricket Catch Up, Hari.
Right, so let's dive into the elephant in the room. Let's start off with our awesome preview session with CSK. So Naveen and I, being diehard CSK fans, we just can't wait to get our hands on this. So a quick history about CSK in the IPL. So in 21 we won the trophy. In 22 we finished ninth after the 21 victory. Then in 23 we had the magical Jadeja finish with the iconic picture of Dhoni lifting him. And in 24 we finished fifth, unfortunately, with a very anticlimactic finish at the Chennai Stadium, for which Naveen and I were present live. Naveen, a quick word on how that heartbreak felt.
Uh, I remember we were there. It was a rainy day, rain affected game. And right after the game, I was trying to catch a vehicle and then I was on yellow from top to bottom. Yellow hat, yellow jersey over that yellow coat. I was on top to bottom yellow, and all the RCB fans were taunting me. And right, I went home and then I tweeted that night. I had 1,000 RTs, 1,000 quote tweets. Okay, and till date,
Wait,
that
wait,
is
wait.
my highest
Thousand
quoted
likes.
tweet.
You did not have 1,000 retweets. You had 1,000 likes.
1,000 likes, 1,000 likes. Till date, that's my most engaging tweet.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. So IPL is the season to form engaging content, which is why we are also here. So talking about CSK, we have our squad. So we have Ruturaj Gaikwad as captain, our legendary MS Dhoni as wicketkeeper. We have Devon Conway, Rahul Tripathi, Andre Siddharth, Shaikh Rashid, Vansh Bedi, Ravindra Jadeja, obviously the man is back. Ashwin is back. Ravichandran Ashwin. Next we have Shivam Dube, Sam Curran, Rachin Ravindra, Deepak Huda, Vijay Shankar, Jamie Overton, Ramakrishna Ghosh, Pathirana Ahmed, Nathan Ellis, Noor Ahmed, Anuj Kamboj, Mukesh Chowdhury, Shreyas Gopal, Kamlesh, and Gurjanpreet
Japmeet
Singh.
Singh.
Gurjanpreet Singh.
That
So
is good at many
quite a
CSK
squad,
players'
a
name,
lot of
which
new names here. So I think you can get to know from that a couple of non-household names here. So Naveen, what is special about this team, and what is going to take them to the playoffs?
so I'll start off with my playing 12 from this team. Okay, Rutu will start. Rutu will open with one of Conway or Rachin. In my opinion, it should be Rachin. Rachin was the player of the tournament in ICC Champions Trophy, and Conway was benched in the same tournament. Rutu loves Conway, but I love Rachin. So Rutu and Rachin should open. Rachin also gives you 2 overs with his left arm spin. Huda 3. Tripathi or Shankar. One of Tripathi or Shankar at 4. Dube at 5. Jadeja at 6. Karan or Noor at 7. Karan at 7. Dhoni at 8. Ashwin at 9. Kamboj, Khalil and Pathirana. So let's start off from the top. Huda. So one Huda, Tripathi, and Vijay Shankar, two of them would occupy the 3 and 4 role. Coach Stephen Fleming loves Tripathi. Flem played with Tripathi in 2017 in RPSG. Like when no one knew Tripathi, Tripathi used to open for the Rising Pune Super Giants along with Steve Smith. And this we have the Huda, Deepak Huda from 20. If we get that same Deepak Huda from 22, who some fans wanted Virat Kohli to be replaced by Huda in 2022 T20 World Cup. It's the same Huda. If we can unlock that Huda who hit a century against Ireland and everything, yeah, we Huda at 3, Tripathi at 4, Dube, spin bashing Dube, Jadeja at 6. We also have Noor Bear who would come in conditions, but I feel Noor would play all the games. Ignore conditions, Noor would play all the games. See how India is playing. India are playing 4 spinners and then 2 pacers at any ground. If it works for India, why not? Why won't it work for CSK? Why won't it work for in a spin-friendly condition like CSK? So I feel Noor would play all the games and maybe in some away games like Hyderabad or Kolkata, Karan would come in for Noor. Rutu, Rachin, Huda, Tripathi, Dube, Jadeja at 6, Dhoni at 7, Ashwin at 8, Noor at 9, Kamboj, Khalil and Patrana would be your impact. Don't forget, Khalil gives you that left arm option. Kamboj actually took 10 wickets in Ranji Trophy. And Mumbai went very hard for Kamboj. That's a very, very solid lineup. Well, I mean, if you compare it to a lineup of, let's say, SRH and Mumbai, it doesn't put that fear in the opponent's heart. You don't have that power hitting Travis Head or Abhishek Sharma. But it's a very CSK-esque team which has been picked right for the condition. We all know Ajinkya Rahane came in when he was like at a very bad condition in his career and he revived his career. He went on to become a captain in another team. Okay. So people coming here, people peak. That has been CSK's mantra. There is a positive aura in CSK's air. Okay. So anyone who comes in will just speak. Okay. So it's a very CSK-esque team. Lot of quality bowling options, lot of all-rounders. That's what CSK, Dhoni, Fleming loves, like to have lot of bowling options, lot of all-rounders. All great CSK sides have had great opening partnerships. Okay. And if you go back, Hedos and Vijay and Hussey, McCallum and Dwayne Smith. So recently, Faf and Rutu. Watson was there in the middle for some time. Faf and Rutu and Conway, all great CSK sides that win have had this template of having great opening combinations. And that's what have worked until 2020, where we qualified for each and every playoffs. Great opening partnership, which is the only thing that lacked the last year. Conway was injured. We used to play Rachin up top, Rahane up top, chop and change, which made our batting lineup look weak. So last year, CSK had the lowest first wicket average, lowest opening wicket partnership. So they tried different combo cutting and changing, it didn't work. So Conway is back. Rutu loves Conway, but Conway is not in form. Rachin Ravindra is in very good form. So let's see how that goes. Uh, I mean, I know the moment I stop talking, Skanda will say you don't have a middle order power hitting at 5 or 6. Dube is the only one. Dube has improved his pace bowling hitting. He's always a spin basher. People used to bowl bouncers at him. Now he has improved it. We saw it against the England T20I. CSK have put very good backups. You have very talented C. Andres Siddharth who looks just like Rachin Ravindra. And with the glasses and the hairstyle, he also looks like Harrington. So Overton is a like for like replacement for Karan. Shankar is a like for like replacement for Dube, I know. But yeah, he's a backup. Like
A like for like replacement for Rachin Ravindra. But one person who does not have a like for like replacement is MS Dhoni, obviously. Uh, it's and obviously with very good reason. But there are some thoughts going around like, is it a great idea to have him in the squad, right? Obviously, it's a very special uh, occasion. It might be his last IPL, but would that come at a price for CSK?
Yeah, actually, it's high time that I say something. I know it's been close to 10 minutes now, but first of all, hi, Hari. Hi, Naveen. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I know this was long awaited. It's been almost a couple of months now. But yeah, here this is, and what an occasion to, come off, especially this being the CSK and my IPL preview. Anyway, going back to the question that Hari proposed in the beginning, how does this CSK team fold up? like uh, like you mentioned earlier, Naveen, this team does not have the names that will give you fear in your head, but this team has the players to give you 170, 180, even on their bad day. One point that you mentioned, and I'd like to repeat that once again. What has worked for CSK in the past was that they always had very good strong opening combinations. The same names that you mentioned in the beginning, I still remember in 2011 when they had Mike Hussey and when they had Murli Vijay. I still remember this because they were the ones that scored close to 100 something against RCB in that final. Then there was that
Murli with his
one
century in
bowler,
final.
exactly.
Mike
And
Hussey
then
got
there
like
was
some 60, 70.
Let me tell you
yeah,
something. Gale, first over wicket by Ravi Ashwin, none other than Ravi Ashwin.
I know Chris Gale, bro. That took Chris Gale's wicket. Wild
Yeah,
wicket.
yeah.
yeah. And then there were a few seasons when you guys had Brendan McCullum and he did a job. Brendan McCullum and Dwayne Smith. So what has to work for CSK is that they must get off to a good start, and I think that's where both Gaikwad and Conway can do a job for them. We know how good of a player Gaikwad is, and if Devon Conway can bat as if he can come close to what he performed in 2022, 2021, especially when the IPL was in Abu Dhabi, I think CSK have got a really good opening combination, and their numbers 3, 4, 5, I think, fit for themselves. They went pretty hard for Rahul Tripathi in the option. They've got Deepak Hooda as well, who can bat at number 4, and we saw what he did when he was playing for LSG, especially 2, 3 years back. Yes, I know he has tapered off a little bit in the last season or so, but I think what naturally it's a part of CSK is that players that generally taper off, they come to CSK and they perform well. So don't be surprised if you see Deepak Hooda coming back to his best, Rahul Tripathi coming back to his best. And if that does work for them, they have got a very good top 4, top 5. And at 5, you can also bat Shivam Dube. And to me, this CSK batting order looks extremely solid. Uh, and then, of course, after that, you have to play your Jadejas, Dhoni's, and Ashwin. Not to mention, they've brought him back. This is a typical homecoming for him, so he also has the incentive to do well. He's going to be playing in his home ground over here, so that's all the more reason for Ashwin to come and put a name for himself again back in CSK colors. Uh, so yeah, that would be 5, 6, and 7, and after that you can fill out your pace bowlings with you can fill it out. They have got Sam Curran as well. I think that's something that we've like forgotten to talk about yet, and we know how good of a player Sam Curran is. We saw a couple of seasons back when he used to open the batting with Faf du Plessis, and there used to be this one time when he used to give you those blistering starts, and Faf on the other hand would bat 5 to 6 balls, and you used to see Sam Curran come off with 30, 40 out of like 10, 20, 10, 12 balls. And so if batting Sam Curran at 8 gives you that batting all the way to number 8, and then I think you can play your Khalil Ahmed 10, and you can finish off with Matheesha Pathirana at 11. So by this, you have played 4 foreign slots, and as that impact sub, I would like to see Anshul Kamboj come in because he is also a bowler that can do a job. We know how good of a player he can be, especially last season when we also and even right now in the auction when MI went pretty hard for him. So if MI goes pretty hard for a player, he has to be something of a player. So overall, to me, this CSK side looks extremely good. Uh, if you guys have not noticed this, I didn't take Dhoni's name yet because I think that the team would balance out itself with him being on the bench or with him coming as an impact sub if CSK is bowling first.
He's coming.
Uh,
Look what colors. Look what colors Naveen and I are wearing. What
Let
do you
me
think?
just finish my point. Let me just finish my point. In the last, so maybe if we were having this conversation in 2015, 16, 100% Dhoni would be the first name on paper, first name in that team sheet at number 5, number 6 or something. But we know how his batting prowess has been post 2019, post 2020. Now he is a player who can come in. when there are probably say 10 to 12 balls and he can tonk the ball, but he is not someone that can bat, that can stabilize himself, I mean, stabilize the team around him, and who can give you, hook. He is definitely not the player that he was a couple of years back. So if you're looking at it solely at that point of view, I feel like Shivam Dube, Jadeja at 5'6" can do a better job than Shivam Dube and Dhoni at 5'6". Open to your thoughts.
See, firstly, Dhoni is not coming at 5'6". Dhoni is coming at 5'6" since 2022. Last year, Dhoni played at 8. If you forgot, let me remind you, Dhoni played at 8. I knew this guy, he was just praising. So I was preparing my points. I was like, if CSK squad is very, very good coming from Skandar, that means it's excellent. That was my point. And then this guy put a asterisk at the end and said this is something controversial. See, Dhoni is not
Then
your
where will
Dhoni.
you bat Sam Curran then? Then you cannot bat Sam Curran if you play ever Dhoni at 8. And
See,
I feel
CSK
Sam
does
Curran will
not
perform
want
at the next
Dhoni. IPL wants Dhoni. They changed the rule for so Dhoni can get retained.
That's true.
Okay. So Dhoni runs the show. Okay, leave that. So even in 2023, you saw Dhoni, what was Dhoni doing? Dhoni came at 8. If you remember the 2020 title winning squad, Rutu, Fat but number 2, number 3, Raidu, Rahane, Dube, Jadeja, Moeen Ali, then Dhoni. Dhoni used to come at 8. Why can't he do it now? We have a lot, plenty of all-rounders. Noor can back. Noor, I'm telling you, Noor will play all 14 games. Noor, Ashwin and Jadeja will choke you in all 14 games. Ashwin used to come at number 3, number 4 as a floater for Rajasthan. Very capable bat. Ashwin has improved his power hitting. He went to the US, he was in Dubai a month back, improving his power hitting. Jadeja is that. Jadeja, you know.
The only one problem in playing all three of Noor, Ashwin, and Jadeja is that you go bit light on your pace bowling attack. Then you can only play one of Sam Curran or Pathirana, and I think you have to play Khalil Ahmed because he's the one that will give you that power play 2-3 overs bank over there.
And then you have your 6 batters.
You have filled up 6 players then.
Well, I'm asking you, India played 4 spinners and won the Champions Trophy. Where were you sleeping? That if that template works for India, why wouldn't it work for CSK? And that too is sprint-friendly paradise. I'm saying CSK will definitely win 5 out of 7 games at home, 3 out of 7 games away. That gives you 8 games. You are in for playoff. That's where the real struggle begins because your qualifiers and your finals are going to happen at Kolkata and Hyderabad because they were the finalists last year. There, when your average score is 250, that is when CSK will struggle. I'm not saying we'll go and win the trophy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we'll definitely go with this home advantage. When you can make your home as a fortress, spin-friendly fortress, you're going to go to qualifiers and then you'll struggle. CSK are not eyeing for this year. They are going for this next 3-year cycle. If you can make it to one final this year, let's say you can scrap it to one final. Next year, playoffs or final will be at home, and then game over for any other team.
So I have one question. So you mentioned that Ashwin is a good floating batsman and everything. So how come CSK never tried that KKR strategy of sending like some wild card like Sunil Narayan? Like we can send Ashwin first and then be like, yeah, let's see what this bowler does and then go.
Yeah, we are not mad guys like Gautam Gambhir, man. We don't have that much balls.
No. They did just that. 2-3 years back, if you see, when they sent Sam Curran up top, they did exactly this, whatever you just now mentioned, and he did a job as well. The only reason why they
we did not do the job. We finished 9th that season. That is the season that I want to forget. 2020. Yes, that's like the worst season ever. 2021. Sorry. No, 2020.
But the openings that he used to give were not bad.
Why?
He used to hit ball one.
Because Shane Watson was washed. Shane Watson and, if I'm not wrong, Shane Watson and Ambati Rayudu used to open. Shane Watson was washed. That was the worst CSK side of all time, 2020 CSK. We had to promote Sam Curran to open the bat so that we could have some power hitting. Because from top 6, no one had power hitting. Everyone was washed. Thank God, cycle resetted in 2021. So
surprisingly, but pleasantly. But one thing is, is CSK dependent on like somewhat older players, like like more senior players heavily, like say Jadeja, Dhoni, and Ashwin, and all these players?
Obviously, that has been CSK's template since 2018. We are called the daddy's army. So yeah.
So, but that works for them, and it has been working for them. And but then, yeah, CSK, they are a team, and I think if they play to their strengths, which is it is a spin friendly track over here in Chennai. Uh, and yes, as much as I don't know how the logistics of playing all three spinners are going to work. If they do that, if they get that to work, and CSK being CSK, if they win 4 to 5 games out of 7 games at home, definitely CSK will be one of the teams, according to me, to go to the playoffs. uh, yeah, according to my point, from my point of view, they definitely are one of the teams that will go to the playoffs. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think CSK has a good chance of being at the playoffs, in spite of having a lot of dependencies on, let's say, older players and coming from not what was a great season. So we'll have to see how things hold up for CSK. But I think that's a pretty insightful analysis about CSK. But how can we talk about CSK without talking about their rival in the El Clasico, which is Mumbai? So moving on to Mumbai. So Mumbai has had a pretty bad couple of years. I think 22 they finished 10th, 23 somewhat better at 4th, and 24 they've again finished at 10th. However, this time they've come back like with a much stronger squad and definitely gunning for the playoffs with all guns blazing. So for batters keepers we have Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Naman, Ryan, Krishnan, and Robin Mintz. For all-rounders, they have a power pack, star-studded lineup with Hardik Pandya, Mitchell Santner, Will Jacks, Raj Angad, Bawa, Corbin, Bosch, Satyanarayana Raju, Bevan Jacobs, Vignesh Puttur. In terms of bowling, also an excellent lineup with their star-studded players Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, Deepak Chahar. They also have Reece Topley, Mujibur Rahman, Karan Sharma, Arjun Tendulkar, who's here purely on a merit basis, obviously, and Ashwini Kumar. So they have a scary lineup. So Naveen, what are your first thoughts about this?
Firstly, yeah, as I said, rightly summarized, a scary lineup. So, how did other teams let Mumbai get such lineup, man? Huh? You talk about IPL fixing. We saw IPL fixing live in the auction. Huh? Ambani went to RCB's dugout to shake hands with them. So, yeah, proof is right there in front of your eyes, guys. So, anyway, Mumbai just unearthed the diamonds out of nowhere. So, we don't know who from this team would be the next superstar who will go on to wear the other blue jersey. Very nice lineup, solid. So the only problem would be the sooner they forget last cycle, couple of times of finished 10th. However scary they are today, they were the same scary side in the last cycle as well. So the team needs to gel together as a team. So under a very good captaincy. So Rohit Sharma is a very good captain. But will that same captaincy, can Hardik Pandya command that same respect from the people? Can Hardik Pandya get people to do that extra one step for the team? So that would be the key challenge for this cycle. So going to their Mumbai have a very basic template. They'll go for one left arm fast bowler. They want left arm, right arm, quick fast gun fast bowler that will break you up front. And they want a left and right hand combination at all points in time. They got Ryan Rickelton, who could do your Quinton de Kock, 2018 Quinton de Kock, he would do that. Rohit had a very good year at T20 World Cup. He was the highest run getter for India. So he's also coming out of good form in World T20 Champions Trophy. My lineup for Mumbai would be Rohit Sharma to open, Ryan Rickelton with Ryan Rickelton who will keep wickets, Will Jacks at 3, Sky at 4, Tilak at 5, which Tilak is playing out of form, like out of his position. Tilak plays for 3 for India, but he generally plays 5 for Mumbai. Hardik at 6, that finisher Hardik. But Hardik's best position is at 4, where he's like this floater power hitter. But he plays as this finisher for Mumbai, and he's also coming as in very good form. He has finished so many games for India in the Champions Trophy. Just whack 3 sixes, and the pressure goes back to the opponents. But T20 is not that, but Hardik Pandya is a very capable batsman slash bowler. He's also very, very mature and very, very responsible. He has played in a system where he is the second fast bowler in an ODI setup as well as in a T20I setup where he has been the second fast bowler. We used to use him as the fourth fast bowler, but now he has shown more maturity, more composure, more responsibility to be the second fast bowler. And he also took the wicket of David Miller, who on bowling the 20th over in the T20 World Cup. So very composed guy, very mature. Mumbai has some solid team in their lineup. Number 7 comes to Naman there, who's also a very good all-rounder and a power hit finisher. 8 is a spinner, 9 Deepak Chahar can also we have seen him for doing things for CSK. Deepak Shahar and Shardul Thakur both do batting at 9 and 10. Number 10 is your Bumrah, Goat. When he comes back, it's Bumrah. Till then, I don't know who's going to play there. So 11 would be Bolt, and then your impact would be. They wanted Allah Ghazansar, but since he's injured, his replacement is another Afghani, Mujibur Rahim, both missing spinners. So this would be my 12 for Mumbai. And
But yeah, I mean, there are
my
some. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the key things that form that would shape Mumbai season or this cycle would be Sky's form. Sky has not been in a great form in South Africa T20 series. Same with England series, but he has been a very good leader, very calm person, very chilled out guy. Sky's form, the sooner Sky comes to form, the sooner the better it is for in Mumbai. That Tilak is playing out of form. He should settle that soon, and he's also he should continue his rich form, coming off two back-to-back centuries against South Africa and an amazing series against England, where he won the first game at Chennai single-handedly. Hardik has to be fit for 14 games. He takes a lot of slots: a batter, a finisher, a bowler, and a very mature, responsible bowler. Chahar and Bolt combination. They went heavy for Chahar. They went Chahar, Deepak Chahar, not Yuzi Chahal. So I'm sorry, Chahar. So they went heavy on Chahar. CSK favorite Chahar. Since 2018, Chahar and Bolt have taken the most wickets in power play, and both have missed equally a lot of games. Both are injury prone. Bolt, I know Bolt somehow he'll make it through, but Chahar has been he missed the complete season in 22, I think, and which rattled CSK's combination completely. So if both are fit, Chahar, Bolt, Bumrah, man, we are seeing football scores when power play starts. Okay, by football scores I mean 2 for 2, 3 for 2. That's what I mean. Okay, so and how early Bumrah can come back. And one major issue for the only uh, downside I'm seeing for Mumbai is heavy reliant on foreign spinners. They have to play both Santa and Mujibur Rahim. Okay, you cannot play two foreign spin bowlers. If you play two foreign and Bolt, you have to play Rickleton up at top, and then you cannot play Will Jacks. Okay, so how are they going to manage two spinners, or if they were going to go with only one spinner and Karan Sharma or someone like Satyanarayana Raju from Andhra APL. He has done really well. He's an off spinner. He turns the ball square. I have not seen him, just read about him. So I've been hearing a lot of great words about Satyanarayana Raju. But yes, Mumbai lately, if you look at last 10 years, apart from Krunal Pandya, which spinner was there for Mumbai? All these small guys, Mayank Markande, Kumar Kartikeya, okay, people that we have heard never before played for Mumbai, and again we never heard of them again. So no disrespect for them, but I feel someone like Satyanarayana Raju or someone like a Karan Sharma, who has been a bit old lately, but he can come and do the job. Last year, Piyush Chawla did the same, so he could fill that role. And they also have some decent backups. I think I'm going on for a long time. I want to hear what's kind of things about this team.
I think your
Actually, number one
12 was
being
really,
actually
really
number
good.
one being a leg spinner, I don't think the age factor really comes into question too much because, like you said, we saw it last season with Piyush Chawla. But yes, there are again many ifs and buts to that as well. But what I really hope for MI to happen is that I really hope Rohit Sharma continues the same form that he has been in right now. He has had a couple of bad seasons behind him. The 2024 season, 2023 season, he's been short of a lot of runs. It's not about the same player that we know him to be of. And contrary to what you mentioned, I would like to see him open the batting with Bill Jacks. Actually, like we saw in the auction, the MI team literally went to RCB and I don't know, thanked them or congratulated them or something. But I still do not know why RCB let go of Wilczeks in the first place. But now what's done is done, and now he's with MI. And I think his best position is to open the batting. And I think if he can give MI that start that they want from him, that will allow Rohit Sharma to probably play his game and to come into the mix as balls go by. So I think that opening partnership uh, can turn out to be something that they had been wanting since last couple of seasons. If this goes well, I would like to see them play uh, Tilak Verma itself at number three. Number three is where he has been playing for India in the last couple of years. So it would not be a change of position for him. And I really hope that he continues the red hot form that he is in right now. Following number three would be Surya Kumar Yadav at four. He has played at four, and yes, obviously, I mean, like being an Indian fan, we all would want him to come back to form as soon as possible. But I think if the top three can give MI the start that they want, I think Surya Kumar Yadav can definitely play his natural game, and he will be in form in no time. Within 3 to 4 games, we will probably be seeing the same sky that we were seeing 2 3 years back. Now, what this allows you to do is now you can bat Hardik Pandya at five. And yeah, like you mentioned, now he's a bit more mature. He ticks so many boxes. He's the ideal finisher that every team wants to have. He can bat, he can slog, he can bowl, he can field, and now he's the captain as well. Um, but this top five would require you to bat and not so popular name at number six, and that in this case would have to be Robin Mins. And yes, couple, I'm sure not many have heard about him, but from what little I've seen, from what little I've heard, or from what little I've scrolled about him, he is a good player and he can bat at six. Uh, and I mean, MI being the team that they are, I'm sure they will give him that space to nurture and to come about being his own player. You got your top six sorted, and now at number seven, I think Santner can definitely be a full-time bowler at number seven. I think him being at CSK didn't let him uh, do this sort of a role for two reasons. Number one, because they had Jadeja who played the exact similar role, exact similar position, same profile of player. And number two, Jadeja was an Indian and Santner being a foreigner didn't give Santner that edge. I mean, didn't give Santner that space to come into the team. But Santner at seven can definitely bat, can definitely play, can definitely bowl, and he is a good bowler. I mean, he's a gun fielder as well in the field. Uh, and then at 8, 9, and 10, need not to mention, you have your very famous BBC Bolt, Bumrah, and Deepak Chahar. Mumbai love Bolt,
It's the IPL season,
but
so they
MI love Bolt. Mumbai loves Bolt, and yeah, like you said, this is not this is not something that we don't know of. They want that left arm pacer in the power play to come, give you that swing, give you those two, 3 wickets up front, try and create that dent in the opposition opening. And Bolt, yes, what better name can you think of than Bolt? And to support Trent Bolt, they've got Deepak Chahar and they've got Bumrah as well. Now your bowling is pretty much sorted having these three names. And to top this off, you have Pandya as well, who can give you a couple of overs. If Hardik Pandya can come and somehow bowl 2 3 overs for 15 runs and get away with it, I think this team can easily restrict the opposition for something less than say 150, 160, and that will give MI very good edge. That should give the MI batters the exact requirement that they want to showcase their talents and to bring all of their batters back in form. So I think this team on paper looks very good. All they have to do is gel together, and all they have to do is if everybody can come and if everybody can align themselves towards the one common goal. I this is exactly what we said last year, what we said last year as well. But yes, this is what has to happen for MI to do well as a team. And should this happen, then yes, MI can see themselves making it somewhere in this tournament.
I think that is a really good take, but one important thing we should cover is definitely the backups. So I think Naveen, any words on that?
Coming to backup, How many in last 5 years? Let's not go 5 years. In last 3 years, how many times has Chahal played? Deepak Chahar played 14 games in a row. Those legs made
One
of
as well.
cardboard won't last. Okay, he missed the complete season. We played 16 crores and he missed the complete season. Govinda only. So he is not going to give you 16 games. Okay, Bumrah is not playing for your first 4 or 5 games. Who are your backups? That's the problem with MI. They have rock solid top 12. But when you go to backups, man, you tell me, I'll read the backups to you, okay? Robin Mins can be your lower order power hitter, okay? He's the only batter that's there, okay? The sitting outside, okay? Sorry. Krishnan Srijit is there from Karnataka. He hit a century on Ranji debut and he also scored 70 or 80 on Jay Hazare final. Very good player, okay? Quality player. Untested. Will Mumbai take the risk? I don't know. Mumbai has shown, if over the years I've seen anything, Mumbai back their youngsters. Raj Baba. We have seen Raj Baba. Raj Baba is from the 2022 under 19 batch, winning batch again in West Indies. And he was hyped to be the next Yuvraj Singh. Could this be his breakthrough season? Maybe, may not be. The backup spinner is dicey, I told you. They have Mr. Raju from Andhra Pradesh, Satyanarayana Raju from Andhra Pradesh, and Karan Sharma. Who's your replacement fast bowler? For Bolt. Bolt and Ristopoli are left-arm fast bowlers. Both are not like for like. Bolt could bowl in any phase. Ristopoli cannot bowl in any phase. Any phase he'll get hit. Okay, he's really good at first 6 overs where he can move the ball left and right. But apart from that, he's gonna get hit everywhere. You have Corbin Bosch as your fast bowling all-rounder who replaced Lizard Williams. And uh, Corbin Bosch is currently going through some contractual issues and he might not even play IPL. It might happen. And if something, let's say Deepak Chahar is injured, Bumrah is not back, who are you going to play? Mr. Tendulkar. Mr. Arjun Tendulkar, who's been here since the last decade, is the one who's going to
Yeah,
bowl.
I
Okay, you
think
don't
if you
have
look at
Akash Madwal, you don't have anyone. If Deepak Chahar is injured and Bumrah doesn't come back, you are stuck with Arjun Tendulkar. Okay. And that's like nail in
Yes,
the
I
coffin. That's all. 2 games gone. He definitely single-handedly will lose 2 games for you.
think that's a
I think
bit
I
of a
think what can
stretch.
go worst for MI is that, like you mentioned, Bumrah will not be playing for the first 4 to 5 games. I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5. And like you said, if Deepak Chahar gets injured within the first couple of games, and if Rohit Sharma continues the form that he has been in IPL in the last couple of years, if he does not give you the same stats, if he does not give you any runs in the beginning, in the top six, that puts enormous pressure on your number three, number four, and number five. They cannot play the same game that they are meant to play. I think this will create a major dent in the entire team. And should this happen, I don't see their fortunes turning around. I think they will probably finish something similar to what they finished last year. So a lot of Mumbai's success heavily depends on Bumrah to be back after 4 games, and how much of Bumrah is going to be back after 4 games. It's not like just because you are coming off of an injury, you are the same player that you are. It is true for most players and not so true for so many other players. So a lot of their success will depend on how much of Bumrah can they get back, how much of Deepak Chahar can they play, how many games can he play. And I think Bolt is a player that can give you 14 games if he is fit, and he can pick up 2-3 wickets on an average in every game. So, but yes, if in the situation, I mean, in the scenario where they don't have either Bumrah or Chahar, and they have to play Reece Topley. And should they play Reece, because he is the only known name in their backup list. If they play Reece Topley, you have to take out Will Jacks in their batting lineup. If you do that, then the batting looks a bit weak. So yeah, I mean, it all depends on how they can balance out their team. But if
Yeah.
they, I mean, from what we have spoken so far, this team is a lot of ifs and buts. If this happens, then that will happen. If that happens, then this will happen. So there's too many ifs and buts. Yeah.
Really?
Will this
Even
team
if
make
he was
the
involved in
playoffs?
games. Like
If everything goes according to plan, yes. If the players that they bought do the job that they have bought them for, then Mumbai will go. Then they should be going to the playoffs because the team is because the team is built in such a way that this will be going to the playoffs any day of the tournament. But if not, then yeah, it looks a bit too rough for MI, and they might go through something similar to what they went through last year and the previous consecutive year. My personal opinion: will they make the playoff? I don't think so. How about you, Naveen?
Wait, you don't think this team will make the playoff?
So I don't think this team will make the playoffs because, like we mentioned, Bumrah is not going to be playing for the first 4 games. So for the first 4 games, they have to play Arjun Tendulkar. Because if they don't play Arjun Tendulkar, they have to play Reece Topley. If they play Reece Topley, they have to take out Will Jacks from their batting. So it's a toss-up between either you weaken your batting by taking out a known international power hitter who can come in as an opener and start hitting from ball one, or you go ahead with Arjun Tendulkar. So either ways, you either weaken your bowling or you weaken your batting. So it's a gamble. If the gamble turns out in their way, in MI's way, then yes, but like the IPL is structured in such a way that every team has its own power hitters, has its own ups, has its own positives, and I think uh, missing a key player like Bumrah is too much of a dent for MI. If Mumbai can sneak out 2 wins, say, out of those 4 games that he does not play in, then yes, then I think MI have a chance. But should they, not win any in that first 4 games, or if they win one game out of their first 4 games, then it looks a bit too difficult of a ride for them.
Right. It's a
Very
pretty good.
nicely put by Skanda. Very covered all grounds. I have nothing to say, but I just want to add one thing. He said if Bumrah comes back, easy, how much of Bumrah will come back? Even 70% of Bumrah, if he comes back, he's still the best bowler in this tournament. Okay. So I just wanted to add that. And very nicely said when he said, if Mumbai don't have that, if Mumbai lose 2 games or 3 games in the first four, they're gone. So that's actually the right thing. So even if Mumra comes back and then they're not in momentum, 2, 3 players out of form, not hitting, you try to change 1 or 2 tweaks. There's no room for tweak anywhere. Your top six is sorted. In Tamil, we say Gadapara side. In many other channels, they say Gadapara side. Their top six is Gadapara, which puts fear in everyone's heart. But if 2 people don't fire and then you want to change here and there, who's going to come? Your backups are not you. There's a huge uh, quality drop off between your playing level and your bench. Okay, that is where the problem is for Mumbai. So anyone's out of form and any injuries, it adds up, and then their season is going topsy turvy. Um, uh, so when auction happened in November, I'm like, man, this team looks scary. I put them at number one. The moment they retained all their five, like let's say Rohit, Sky, Tilak, Bumrah, Naman, you had retained 4 Indian captains. You know how scary that is? Look at CSK squad. There's no current Indian player except Jadeja. There's no one who plays currently for India. Look at any team. How many players are there that actually currently plays for India? And then you have 4 Indian captains. So that is why it's very, very scary. I put them at number one. But coming to Bumrah's injury changes the dynamics of the side. Skanda said if Bumrah's injury is there, you have to play Arjun Tendulkar. I might disagree to that. You have, let's say, take Bumrah out of the equation, you still have Bolt, Chahar to give, and Bolt, Chahar, Hardik to give you 12 overs. Wait, I'm forgetting someone.
Karan Sharma.
Bolt, Chahar, and Both Chahar and Hardik Pandya will give you 12 overs, and
Playing
then
overs.
Santner and Mujib or any other spinner will give you another 8 overs. Yes, you won't have any other option. You can squeeze 1, 2 overs. You can like padiki run over with Will Jacks. Okay, so
Oh
you
yeah,
will be
Vijay
out
Stuti
of
can go. Yeah,
options. Yeah, you will be out of options. You won't have that variety. If one of your main bowler gets hit, you don't have a sixth bowling, seventh bowling option. That is where the problem. Namandir can give you a couple of overs. So yes, but the quality drop off is huge. So I think with that we can close this episode. On a final thoughts, Skanda, you can tell your
I think for concluding,
key.
yeah, for
Hmm.
concluding, maybe let's put a number on where we think these teams would finish. So, where do you think CSK would finish on the table? Skanda, want to go first?
Yeah, I go first. I think CSK will finish at 2.
Okay, nice. Naveen,
Fourth. Fourth.
four. Who are the three above CSK?
That we'll find out in the later episodes.
That stay tuned for the in the coming up episodes. And
And what Mumbai? Mumbai, I think
And
Mumbai would finish somewhere between 5 and 7.
I
okay,
think they will finish at 7.
at one.
7, 7, 7.
Okay, cool. So there you go, folks. That is our Dream 11 prediction from Sillypoint podcast. So the Dream 11, if you're watching it, please sponsor. But a part of that, yeah. So thank you all so much for watching and keeping up with us for this detailed yet lengthy but moderately controversial analysis. And hope you all stay tuned for our next episode, which will cover none other than the legendary teams of RCB and LSG. I'm sure Skanda will be very, very eager and looking forward to those episodes. And yeah, we look forward to seeing a lot of civilized behavior from RCB fans in our comment sections. So yeah, so stay tuned, everyone, and we'll catch you at the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.